welcome back to another episode of the How'd I Get Here podcast, the podcast for positivity, productive, I don't even know, and apparently background sound effects. It's your co-host, Mr. Brown Broken. I can't focus. 10 toes down, big head up. We doing big things, taking over. Wagwan, what up?
It's okay. Everyone at some point gets diagnosed with ADHD.
I'm the poster child.
I feel that.
Or ADD, whichever.
Yeah, both.
That too is a spectrum, so it doesn't discriminate.
It's alright. We here.
Like that.
Y'all gonna say what up?
Sorry, I was trying to get my notes together. What are my lines? Hey
Nobody knows
y'all.
their lines.
Yo, facts.
I'm gonna start making noise. Beep, boop, 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 beep. Oh, go ahead. Boop.
She just hit you with the chunk.
Wow. I mean, that trend has been resurfacing.
That's a trend?
That's a trend?
Yeah.
I don't be on the top.
You gotta have
Gotta be well rounded.
no, you just gotta be on the ticky tacks and the reels, but it's do I trust my girlfriend or like do I trust my partner, whoever, and they have to like I mean, it was at one point a chancla, then it started being like just any object to see if they could knock whatever's on top of the person's head. But I saw one, I guess they were using a belt, and one lady slapped the shit out of her husband. Like, she completely missed the top of his head, and all you see is just straight leather belt go whoosh.
Toma.
And I was like, trauma. But yeah. Hey y'all, it's Tuesday, so you know where we at.
Secret location.
And you see all our lights?
Nah.
It's real.
No, they don't.
I mean, they don't see that it's brighter? Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
But
She said she glowing.
I always. Y'all keep saying something. I'm just like, always. Like,
She said you just find it out?
I guess you got them contacts.
Get up on me.
I wish.
I'm like some jive bright as fuck.
Oh, shit. That's okay. I'm here now. Are you? All right. It's your voice, Fez. Mr. 20%, King Aquarius.
I should go get my shades too.
You should. It's bright as fuck.
Don't see the lights?
I know y'all can tell it's bright as hell. I know it.
We official tissue.
You know what I'm saying?
Cotton now.
So yeah, it's another beautiful Tuesday above ground.
Not above ground.
Listen, because actually, hold on, let me not joke like that. It's been like school been whooping my ass. I had to call my professor yesterday, just to chat. I was like, yo, listen.
How you doing?
Yeah, like,
Like, hi, you guys don't know who I am.
Yeah,
My
right.
name's Spencer.
I mean, he's the one he put up in his shit. Like, yo, here's my cell phone. I'm available Tuesdays between, 8 and 9. I'm like, oh, I ain't available then.
See, professors be doing that, then they be forgetting they do, then they be like, why are you calling me?
Nah, I shot buddy a text. I was like, yo, I'm free now till whenever, or we can schedule a time tomorrow. He was like, you could call me now. I said, bet. Because I'm like, yo, I'm late on these assignments, like significantly late. So it's like either I'm about to withdraw from this class and take this W and retake it, or like, can I do it and like you'll actually grade them? And he was like, honestly, I'm not gonna say who he is, but he was just like, honestly, I don't even really care about timing. I just want you to learn and get it done. He's like, the university cares about that stuff. He's like, I just want you to like understand the context. I'm like, my nigga.
Shit. Remember that when you graded my shit.
No, facts, because in his shit, he's like, yeah, we go by the Charter Oak, blah, 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 grading thing, and I was just like, well, shit, I'm late, buddy.
You're like, what that guy doing there?
Yo, facts, but, yeah, I mean, jumping in, y'all know what it is, jumping into the question of the day. Ash, you played sports growing up, right?
Soccer.
No, I did intramural soccer at UConn, but yes.
Oh.
Okay.
A few, actually.
So, this I think this is the first time, and I hate the thought of this being a quote unquote excuse, but it was just like a fact. Like I've never had referees dictate a game as much as they have this past Sunday that I played. So my question is, one, has
Do
that
refs get paid? to rig games?
They get
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
Y'all believe professional sports is fixed?
yeah. I mean, the refs came out and said, like, early 2000s, like, they didn't give a fuck.
Oh, Tim Donahue, he was definitely fixing games.
Going
I
crazy.
think overall, too, just like as franchises, they like to...
I don't think it's the players, though.
No. I think the franchises rig games instead of, like, what they may potentially know could be... So take, like, the finals, for example. We'll use NBA. So, like, I think they know certain teams that go against each other could easily blow out in the, like, first set of, like, matched games. But I feel like they purposely choose to extend it to the 7th game because they know
sell these tickets.
more ratings,
yeah,
more
tickets,
viewership, more money, people
valid.
going to the actual games themselves. Like, all of that is cha-ching, cha-ching. And if y'all haven't been keeping up with the NBA and WNBA,
Shout out Paige.
right, my girl, Rookie of the Year, because duh, the fuck. But anywho, Paige, come on the show, please and thank you.
Facts.
Bring AZ with you.
Facts. We love Paisley.
Her
Her
shorty?
girlfriend.
Oh,
I'm about to
you
AB
really
here.
sand to the beach. My bad. Go ahead.
Anyways, there have been rumors that the reason too why, like, you know, if you've been following with the Connecticut Sun and their deal that they're trying to get the team off of Mohegan Sun's territories, they were wanting to separate from the NBA because the NBA is illegally hiding money in places that it shouldn't be. So, just a little
Didn't know
tidbit.
that.
Yeah, you know, a little fun fact for your Tuesday. But to your question, good sir.
Word. Yeah, so basically my question is kind of a two-part. So
A two-part.
have you ever been part of a competitive game where it feels like the refs dictated the outcome, and then two, has this like what comes to mind when it comes to situations that you don't have control over, and what do you do in those situations?
So I got a story, right? I was when I was playing in Croatia, right? I obviously don't speak the language. I know a couple hi, bye, this, that, whatever.
I know all the bad words.
You know,
I
I can count to 5. But there was a game that we were playing in that every call was against us. Every single call.
Right.
And then after that, we end up getting a red card, right? And then our coach was like, hold up, something's not right here, right? And then we got another red card. And it was just like...
There's definitely biases too, I feel like.
So basically, like, our coach is going at it, bye. He then gets a yellow card.
Dang. not
Long
the
story
coach.
short, he made a couple subs for, like, niggas that were never going to play. And mind you, I'm on the field like, what the fuck is going on?
Right.
And he basically told them to go get red cards because the refs were fixing the game.
Oh.
Oh, so if
like
those players got red cards, he would then have to put the other players back in.
Well, no, because so
He sacrificed
you
them?
can't play with less than 7 players.
Okay.
So basically, if we keep getting red cards before a certain minute in the game, you have to either replay the game or the game's just like called like like I think it's the 60th minute.
My boy thinking big picture.
So yeah, he was like, and
Well, yeah, it's chestnut checkers if they rigging it.
so and it was one of those things that it was like, all right, you're either gonna like have to stop giving us red cards, or we're just gonna call this game and just take the L because you're cheating anyways, or we're gonna have to replay it.
Right.
Which is crazy because, like, you would think referees are a part of their own association and they play at all levels. Like, you would think that there's some type of ethics and code that they should be following and be reprimanded for, but they don't.
So I have a thing about referees, right? And 3 people I really don't like in this world: referees,
referee.
politician, and police. Right? Can't stand any of them because
RPP.
they are the 3 people in this world that you can suck at your job and you have no repercussions. You don't get in trouble. There's nothing.
Right.
You have one job, and I understand that you mess up with it, but you can suck.
Add meter maids to that list too.
At who?
Meter maids.
Yeah, them too, right?
Bitches.
So when it comes to referees,
Yeah,
I feel like
Hartford meter maids.
like you how much did you have to suck at this sport to want to become a ref? Because you weren't good enough to play or you weren't good enough to coach? So it was like, what caused you to go to the lowest of the lows? And not even are you low of the low, you're not even good at sucking.
So
I don't know if everybody though has that mentality.
That's just my mentality. I didn't say it was right.
For soccer, it might be different.
Yeah, because like I feel like there are some really good refs where they just know the sport very well and like they are a good referee and like God bless the game if you have the good ones.
But
there.
if you know the game, why didn't you play it or coach it?
Well, I was told a lot of referees in football, like in the NFL, are retired lawyers and like judges.
Oh, that explains why they're unathletic.
I guess. Like,
I mean, the ones from this Sunday was keeping up.
Right.
They was moving.
I'm about to say, like, they have to be somewhat close to the wide receiver while they're running down the field. Like, I didn't see them take off.
Yeah, like they got a
20-yard cushion.
Right.
But
so that's your scenario. And then
the second question though, when you don't have control of things, and at my mature age of 32, almost 33 by the time y'all see this.
God
damn. Facts. I think you have to control what you can and let go of what you can't. Learn to bite your tongue, and not everything deserves a reaction. And
that's easier said.
No. Easier said than done. But like me as a coach now, as a young coach, I used to scream, huff, puff. I used to get in people's necks, but no diddy.
Pause.
But now it's like if I'm over here screaming, now my players are screaming. Now my teams are losing. So I have to control what I can,
right,
and then lead by example. Because when you're worrying about the things that you can't control, that's when you start losing focus of what you can.
Nah, that's a fact. That's a fact. What about you, Ash?
I think for both things, the thing that came to mind automatically for me was what one of my coaches told me was just the ball never lies. Like, there's been countless times where I've been in different games where just like they could have called like a call that they knew they should have made, but then turn back around and then we get that point or like we score or whatever, and I'm just like, yeah, because the ball never lies. Like, y'all can lie all you want, but one thing that ball gonna do, never lie.
I be saying that.
That's a fact. And
yeah, because I don't know, it's like, call it superstition, call it whatever you may be,
karma,
but like literally, like there could be a bad call on a play and then the next run it goes the way it should have, because again, the ball never lies. But I think to Jacob's point of, yeah, like you just gotta keep your composure sometimes and then punch the air later, because if you already peep like the game that's going on and then on top of it now you're showing emotions, you're just giving them more ammunition.
Facts.
To then, like you said, red card, eject you, give you a tech that now you're just like, now there's not even a fighting chance to prove that like you were doing the right thing all along, because now you're putting yourself at a disadvantage regardless of the player or the coach. But I think that's when you also have to have that level-headedness to know that you have to play the right game every time, because that is the game that you were taught to play and that you know how to play, and then just keep it pushing from there.
And you can't always react. Once you react, that situation now has control over you. Again, easier said than done.
Right.
But
even outside the game too, because then people who were watching the game, they're going to remember like how you acted, player or coach. And, going back to just like impressions, like it starts from the minute you walk into the room to the minute you leave and everything else in between. So, always making sure too, like, you can't allow people to get the better of you. Like I always like to say, I ain't gonna give you the chance. Stupid.
Nah, that's a fact. It was just frustrating because the team that we're playing, the quarterback, he's a bitch. So he actively, when he's losing, he will actively say some egregious shit to like another player. So like, I forgot, someone on my team said something, and he was just like, man, shut up before like I tell you and your baby moms to suck my dick, and like his baby mom with the child is right there.
Oh yeah, now we got to fight.
That's crazy.
Started in
we got to fight.
Uproar, right? But the thing is, me being level headed, I'm just like, yo, the player he said this to, I need you, bro. I need you in this game. Like,
yeah, nah, this game don't mean shit. It's pick up men's league, bro. I'll put my paws on you,
bro. And the thing is, like,
once that last whistle blow, meet me in the parking lot.
Nah, I'm getting you during this game. I don't care if it's illegal.
I ain't gonna hold you. So my thing is, if you gonna do that, bust a move immediately. But this whole talking and pushing back and forth, nah, we might as well play, because if y'all really was gonna do something, like,
you would have done it.
You should have just done it. So like that happened, and then like the ref, like just this one ref, we got and it was like the most ridiculous, like, minute calls against us, but not the other team. And then I'm seeing the other team doing. I was like, bro, you gonna call that? Like, you're not gonna call that? I'm like, yo. After the game, I gave that nigga an earful, and I don't talk to the rest. I don't yell at the rest. I'm like, bro, you're fucking horrible. Like, I can't believe niggas pay you. Like, you shouldn't have a job. I was hot.
I've let a couple refs know that,
bro. Because like you really, there's no way. It was like 30-2. Like the calls, it was like 30 against us to like 2 against the other team, and the 2 against the other team were just like gimmies. The ones against us were such close calls. They were just always against us. I'm like, bro. What? Like I was so, I've never been so angry from a loss before, because if it was granted we lost, right? So it is what it is. Like when it came time to be great and kind of outshine the ref, we didn't show up, and that's on us. But it's just the way that it was just dictated from start to finish. And mind you, we played a game prior and he was doing the same shit. We just blew them out.
So it didn't.
So
matter,
it's just like it didn't really matter, but it's just like, bro, this is actually a good game. You're ruining it.
And I also think it's different
Soiled it.
as a player and a coach.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, like, and that's what I was saying the other day. Like, winning as a coach even feels different as winning as a player, because when you're coaching, I can put y'all in the right position. I can tell y'all what to do, but I still am I don't have control. Y'all could go out there and do whatever the hell y'all want. You know what I mean? But as a player, you actually have influence. Yeah. And that's when it's like, all right, ref, now it's you and me. Like we out here and you messing up. I look good, but you're making me look bad.
Yeah.
And that's where that control,
it just ruins the game.
It does.
Because they have so much power, unfortunately. Like,
and sometimes it really doesn't matter how good you are. A referee, a person in control can dictate so much.
Right.
You know, someone that oversees something. I got a kid right now, and I feel bad for him. Long story short, he got kicked out of school a couple years ago, right? So he's at a alternative school right now, but he's finishing up his senior year. And he's technically, he reached out and said, listen, this is who I am. I'm still in high school. I don't go to Bloomfield, but I'm a Bloomfield resident. I'd like to play on your team. Cool. Come out, right? You've taken the initiative. You've shown responsibility, blah, 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 whatever. Come to find out, technically it's his 5th year, so he doesn't have eligibility anymore, right?
His 5th year playing?
Like 5th year of school.
Because it's not based on how many times he played.
Yeah, it's just based. So again, something
when it's high school and like middle school,
right?
It's like college,
and it's not like he had a red shirt or something like that.
Right.
Feel me? So he can't play.
Dang,
so,
that sucks.
But that's one of those things where I feel, bro, it's out of your control.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's one of those things you take it on the chin and you just keep it pushing.
Could he be a practice player?
No, and that's what I told him. I said, bro, if you want to stop showing up, I get it.
Yeah.
But you know, I like having you around.
Yeah, because maybe he could influence and push the team to be better, and that sharpens his skills to like
and
to the next level.
Not for nothing, I don't know the kid, but like somebody asked me today, like, oh, that's such and such, and I was like, yeah, and they were like, yo, he's come a long way from wherever he got kicked out, whatever the situation was, you know. But him now being older, I said, listen, from the day I met the kid, he's been responsible, he's been respectful. Again, he reached out on his own accord. Yeah. You know, so all you can do is all that you can do. All you can do is what you can control. All those other factors, sometimes it's stuff out of your hands. What you gonna do? Cry about it? Nah, you keep pushing.
I mean, sometimes a little cry helps, and then you get on to it.
So I've been told.
Yeah.
Yeah. For some people, I guess. I had to think about it. I was like, I'd be getting a headache. Then I'd be mad I got a headache.
Yeah, because I feel like
I'm even more mad.
If I actually cry, like, it's really coming out. And then, I got a fucking headache. I'm dehydrated. Like,
yeah, the tension headache after, like, a mean cry is crazy. Because it be feeling like somebody knocked me upside the head.
And I'd rather just knock someone upside the head. Like,
that's why sports is so good.
No, facts. That's why sports are necessary. That's I'm like, bro, I've never been so mad. I was really thinking, I was like, yo, nobody had better joke with me for the next, like, day.
Is that why you put on IG, like, don't talk to me?
Bro, don't say
Bro, I almost hit you like, yo, you good?
Yeah, I was fine, but it was just like, I had no patience for jokes. Because the thing is, like, the field is in fucking Danbury.
So you
have to drive an hour home just thinking about, like, and like my knee is in shambles. Like, I had to play 2 games and I was tying this shit up so fucking tight. I'm like, I'm cutting off circulation, but the pain gone.
That is not okay whatsoever.
Yeah, no, I was tight. So,
well, shit, y'all want to break real quick before we hop in the topic? Because we're gonna have to reset it. By the way, before we break, looking at you guys, like, share, comment, tell a friend to tell a friend, tell a baby mama to tell their baby daddy. You know, let them know that we're the best podcast in CT. We are nothing without y'all, so we need y'all to share,
facts,
like, comment, and we'll be back.
And subscribe.
You know, we're well into the fourth quarter. Depending how you break up the year, whether it's into 3s or 4s, but
who breaks it? People break up the year into 3s.
3, 6, 9, 12. It's still a quarter.
No, it's a judgment-free zone. But if you do that, just holler at me. I just want to pick your brain.
I was gonna say, I definitely know that there are some people who would be like, okay, each quarter, but they do like each quarter as like, this is my 1/3, the second third, and then the last third. And
I mean, technically, it's still a quarter.
The only people, like, if you read the 12-week year and that's what you standing on, cool. But like I said, I just want to pick your brain. Like, if you break the year in the 3s, definitely a Gemini.
Geminis are the worst.
I was gonna say, I don't get the math. I'm not a Gemini, but I'm still just not understanding.
Because they're like toxic twins. They don't understand either.
Yeah. I was like, do they like 3s or something?
Nah, they just don't make sense. Them and Virgos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Shout out all Virgos.
And Geminis. June Geminis specifically.
Dang.
But yeah, so now you know.
Bestie, that's a June Gemini.
She's trash.
No, she ain't.
Oh, okay. My bad. Yeah. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion.
She ain't.
I've had. I'm gonna stop while I'm ahead.
As you should.
That's growth.
You see, that's that 33 almost.
Damn.
So we as entrepreneurs, we as folk of color, all we really know how to do is grind, right? Let's start there. Is it bad to always grind, always hustle? And by hustle, I don't mean in these streets on the corners doing them things. I'm just, you know what I'm saying?
I mean,
feed y'all family. Yo.
I could be hustling in the streets just differently from
you selling feet
Antoine,
pics?
Huh?
Nothing.
Feet pics? No.
We've already decided she does. Gosh.
So yeah, is it always bad to like always grind, always hustle?
I don't think so. Like, I think it just depends on your work ethic and your overall mentality. Like, some people might grind for a little bit. They're like, today drained me. I'm all set. I'm good to go. And other people will be like, nah, on to the next one. Another one. And another one. And another one. So I think it just really depends. But I do think, though, for people who are like constantly in that notion of like always grinding, the grind doesn't stop, always have to like go get the next thing, I think society does like have a big impact on that.
Someone said it's only bad if you're not living.
That's valid.
Well, yeah, you gotta have that balance.
I think it's important to know why you're grinding or hustling, but you can't just aimlessly grind, but with people in today, they don't have ambitions. And I find it for me, right? Like if I'm not working towards something, then I feel stagnant. And that's when I get stir crazy. I don't get stir crazy from overwork. I get stir crazy because I'm not doing anything.
But is that because you were always like in a grind that like now that you're actually able to, we'll take what that person said, live and not have to be in a grinding moment, you can actually enjoy and reap from the benefits of your grind, that you're like, dang, this feels weird because it's not your typical norm.
So I'm not where I want to be in life right now, right? So there's a lot of things that I want to accomplish. Mm-hmm. And until then, I feel it's necessary to grind and hustle. However, I do live, I mean, you guys know I take multiple vacations a year. I travel a lot. I go on hikes. Like for me, that is my break from the grind, like presently. You get what I'm saying? But I do not have the luxury of living a, laid back life because I'm not where I want to be. So it is grind. But I enjoy what I'm grinding for, and I enjoy the grind.
That's understandable. I would say though, like, I think laid back is subjective. Like it depends on like what someone would consider to be laid back. Because for some people, your laid back could be
their hardest work.
Or for other people, if someone's laid back, it could also be construed into, oh, like they're just being lazy, or like they don't give a fuck.
But I think there is,
like, if they're deemed too laid back.
But laid back is subjective, but I think we can all agree, like, on certain things, like, nah, that motherfucker's lazy.
Well, like, I think there's a difference. This is me speaking. Like, I think there's a clear difference between laziness and laid back, going back to your point of, like, ambition and purpose and your drive of, like, what you're doing something for. I think someone who is lazy, there is no passion or drive to motivate them. Like, there's no
passion or drive, motivation behind it.
Yeah, like there's nothing to like give them the why, versus someone who might be laid back is they have that why, but how they do things looks different to other people, where it's like, it's almost like translating into like a smarter versus working harder type of thing, where it's like someone could work twice as hard to get the same answer as someone who just like picks up a book, looks at the book, puts down the book, and they're like, okay, this is the answer.
I know so many people like that.
Yeah, no, that used to irk me growing up.
I'm over here trying, doing long division, and you
busting
just
my ass with all the different tutors and everything just for someone to be like, oh yeah, I got that. And then boom, A on a test. I'm like, the flipping tables out here.
Yeah, I think the overall arching statement for me is like just making sure that you know what you're grinding for. Aimlessly doing anything is a waste of time. So if you're just working hard just to work hard, and if you're working hard and you're making someone else more money than you're making, you need to reevaluate what you're doing and why. No, I'm so serious. Like so many people go to work like at these major corporate jobs, and yeah, you're making a good salary and or commission or like whatever compensation you get, but if you are busting your ass for someone else and into like actually making them more money, not that you should be pocket watching, but if you're making a corporation more money than you are taking home, you should really reevaluate what you're grinding towards.
I agree to an extent, but you need foot soldiers.
Yeah.
Some people are not meant to. Some people's ambition is to just live the supposed to be life, like wake up, drink a coffee, eat a Pop-Tart, go to work for somebody for 8 hours, go home, play video games, and go to sleep. You know, like, and
but that's not a foot soldier. Well, that's a foot soldier. The person I'm talking about, like the person who is ambitious and they're like, you know what, I'm gonna give this company
and they're not,
my 100%. Like, I'm gonna give this company my 100% because I see that if I do that, I might be able to make $250 to $300 a year. When in actuality, if you gave yourself 100% and you figured out how to solve a problem consistently and effectively, you can make as much money as you want.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, that's someone who's like thinking, if I do all of this effort, I'm going to get it reciprocated back to me. When it's like,
so
those chances are very slim in certain situations.
I feel like this is a silly question, but is money the biggest motivator?
I hope not.
It can be for people depending on what the purpose of money is to them. Like, what does money mean to them?
I think the study's probably changed. Like, I've been using this statistic for a long time, so I hope it's changed. But like back in the day, like only 10% of people are genuinely motivated by money, like by actual money. Like, I'm doing this for money. You know what I'm saying? Normally, people are motivated for what money can do for them. Like, sometimes it's a car, it could be a house, it could be pets. It could be providing for their family, like, and giving them certain means from money, but like money typically isn't the motivating factor. It's actually interesting. So someone made a statement, and now I have a question from it, because they said it's also bad when you're not emotionally present in your life and others while grinding. So my question is, what's the
shout out to them?
What's the correlation between grinding and being emotionally present?
I think.
That's a good question.
I think I'm just going to take like my interpretation from that, but it almost seems like that individual's, to me, it sounds like they're talking about like when you have such a tunnel vision on whatever you're grinding for, you become absent to everything else that's around you, where that can be very detrimental. Because if you're too tunnel focused and you're only thinking about that one thing that you want to accomplish, so much is going to pass you by that you're going to lose out on the relationships that may have helped get you into that position for you to then keep grinding. But also, you know, we need to still network. We still need to bond with other people, our support groups, because after a while, doing all of that grinding, yes, like you could reach your goal, but it's also like at what cost? Like
you got it by yourself and lost a lot of things.
Yeah, because then it could be just the fact too of like now you've potentially lost out on making more connections and strengthening like your social support systems. It also could cause like any type of like stress, anxiety, any like physical like detriment to your body. Sometimes like when you push yourself too far, sometimes your body's like, well, now sit the fuck down.
So the person who said it, she said, I said my previous statement because most fathers get blamed for not being emotionally present in their child's life because they were grinding. I think that's interesting because at that point, I mean,
That is an interesting take.
Yeah, I'm not a father. I have seen, actually, is he still here?
I thought he was about to say, I am a father. I was about to be like, breaking news.
It's going to happen at some point.
I do have a 9-month-old puppy and an 8-year-old cat.
Wow, he claims Wadu.
Yeah, of course. The first child. Oh, no, he's like the second, but whatever. But
long live the king.
I think once you're a father, when it comes to grinding, and I think like anyone who is in a situation of a co-parenting situation, maybe a marriage, maybe just boyfriend, girlfriend, I think there's a certain responsibility that men have systemically to provide, right? So once you have a child, like y'all know, like I like to work hard, right? So if I had a child on the way y'all probably would see a different version of me, I'd probably disassociate. Like yeah, y'all, like I love the podcast. This shit got to make money because I got a child. I have a child coming on the way, and I now need to 2, 3, 4x my income to be able to provide for my child and for whoever the baby mother is, because it'd be a baby mother situation. Single. So
wow. You know, we're not gonna we're gonna excuse that last half.
So
Continue
it's
your
like I think you have a
statements.
certain responsibility as a man, and you have a like. I hope you have an innate drive to like. Oh my gosh,
I want to do this.
I want to do this because I need to provide for something that is so innocent, so pure, has nothing to do with anything negative in this world. So I want to try to provide and protect this thing as much as possible. Yeah, I got to find a different gear, and if I have to not even cut people off, if I have to distance myself from certain things,
Yeah, I gotta
situations,
understand that.
you have to understand, like, yo, listen,
It's not about me no more.
it's not even about you. Like, I love you to death. I love this being that's not even here yet even more.
I think,
And I
This
gotta
is
do what I
really
gotta
nice
do.
to hear you speak like this.
I think
Never heard
that's
this take. I've always had this take.
so. I don't know if that person's still in the live and if they want to elaborate some more, but I don't
I can
know.
hold you to chat going crazy today.
I don't know if fully that is the take that they fully meant by it, because I think the other half of that though is the fact of I can speak from my own personal experience. I am not a man, I am not a father, but my father was very big on the grinding and quote, I'll use air quotes, provide, because he didn't provide nothing. But the fact of like, I think that breeds, that toxic masculinity breeds the provider complex. So like, if we want to get slightly into it, if y'all don't know about the man box complex, look it up. But basically it has both like a negative and positive to it. So like, yes, socially and culturally, whether of any race, culture, creed, or wherever you come from, it has always been taught that like the males are the providers. They are the breadwinners. They provide shelter. They provide safety. And that then comes to, yes, I have this young baby born or not born yet on the way. And I now switching gears of like, I need to provide. I need to make sure everything's good. I need to make sure that everything's okay. But at the same time too, you also can't miss out on all of the things that are just as important. Like, what is it to someone that I'm out here busting my ass, working all these extra shifts to make money, to be able to make sure that financially or whatever your purpose is to provide for your family, but now you're also missing out on like moments spending with your child that like they say the first 5 years are the most crucial parts of the child's life, and you're not even going to be there or be present. Not saying that men don't do that and they don't know how to balance, because some men do find a good balance, which is great, and you're supposed to, because it goes right back to what we were talking about before. Like, you're not living, because it's like, why are you going to do all of that just to say what?
You weren't even there.
You weren't even there, and like
provided for.
Now your child's like not seeing you as like the individual that's supporting me and being there for me. They're just seeing you as the person of like, well, yeah, you were there, but like you also weren't there when I needed you sometimes. And it's like, it can go either way, because I know it's a very, people have their own personal takes on it. Do what you want with that. But I think like you have to be able to have both sides be open for conversation. But I think it's then up to the individual to make that choice of like how they see fit. Because again, too, a lot of West Indians are very much in that like work hard, grind, you enjoy life later. But then it's like when later comes around and you could barely enjoy it because you grinded too hard, then it's like,
well,
where's
that's
the balance
what like
of that?
the Dalai Lama said. The biggest confusion about man is that they spend their money and their health. No, they spend their health trying to get money, and then they spend their money trying to get their health back. And to your point, it's like
these medical bills, Jesus.
You know, and I think what we're saying right now is kind of twofold, right? As a person without a kid or single or in a relationship, right? Whatever you are, I think that's the time to grind. You know, and I think what separates
in a perfect world,
right? But what I'm saying is like, speaking from experience with soccer, right? I was in relationships that didn't work because I chose soccer over those relationships. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I
sometimes that could be a blessing.
No, for sure. But the ages of 21 to 28, when I was grinding, I felt, and this is what separates the okay from the good from the greats from the legends, right? You're going to have to sacrifice a lot of shit. And I barely made it. You get what I'm saying? And I missed birthday parties. Broke up with people. I was moving across the country, living very budget because you know what? I had to grind to get to where I want to be. So that's that aspect of it. But then when you guys throw the kid into it, that's another aspect where it's like you throw burnout into it, right? You throw in not being present because now you have to not only be present for the kid, you still have to be present for your partner.
And just for yourself.
And for yourself.
Frankly, like,
and now where do you fall in that pecking order? You're no longer first. You might not even be second.
I think, well, again, speaking as a single male, no human children, I feel like realistically, you always have to put yourself first because if you're not filling your own cup, you can't fill someone else's or anything else's, right?
And this is like speaking from like current present experience.
Yeah.
The reason my relationship works right now is because with me, I pour so much of me into other people and I'm getting refilled by another person without even having to ask. So if your partner is not pouring into your glass, that person is probably not for you.
So that's interesting because someone in the chat, and this is a different person from the other, said that they lost friends for not like being emotionally available for anything else other than themselves while they're like working and grinding. I also know that this person has a child as well. I guess that the question brings to me, like, if you lose friends because you're not emotionally available for them because you're working on yourself or you have a child that you're working for, like, are they actually your friends? Like, are these people, like, do they have a grip on reality? Or, like, what are their priorities? I'm going to say, because, like, to be honest, if either of y'all were to have a child or, like, have a child coming, knock on wood, right?
hold on to them.
Yeah.
Pump the
Slow
brakes.
down.
You can hit the windowsill. But I would completely understand if y'all had to distance yourselves and like, yo, listen.
But you still, as a friend, should be available.
No, why, bro?
No.
That's so selfish.
No. I'm saying like you as the friend, like
To be available to help them.
yeah,
to help you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. Like, listen, Jake, I understand that you kind of over here
We
with
can't
it.
go out drinking on Fridays anymore. You suck.
Right.
How dare you take an extra shift because you need to work and save money?
Like, take Drew for example. There's times, yo, Drew, let's go link up for food. Well, I got AJ. Okay.
Yeah, AJ the homie.
No, but you know what I mean? Like, okay, then we can't go to Matt's. Then we go here.
Friendlies, yeah.
Just right, exactly. Just because you have your son, and yeah, there's times that it's like, yo, let's go grab a drink. But AJ is my nephew too. There's times that just because he's there doesn't mean I want to see you any less for that reason, you know?
Yeah,
Right.
so back to like that statement, I think if we're talking about that situation, I mean, it could have been too, like, maybe the person was expecting something from that friendship that they also didn't properly, like, communicate. And if they also felt that, hey, like, I know you have a lot going on, but, like, you know, I feel like our friendship is also lacking. Is there ways that we can kind of, like, help rebuild the friendship or bring it back up to what it used to be? And still being able to understand, like, yeah, like, you have priorities. Like, if you have a child, like, that's going to be always your main top priority and everything else falls second. But if we're taking, like, child out of the equation and, like, someone is just, like, grinding and, like, doing what they need to do to get to the next level and their friends or partners or whoever feel like, you know, all of a sudden now you're not as emotionally available as you used to be, or they're just even struggling to get you to be emotionally available and now something else has taken your attention away, I think then that's when the person who is feeling it the most should be able to have a conversation instead of being like, oh, well, they don't have time for me, and then just like isolate and disappear and kind of just go over there and brew the feelings and then end up with a grudge or whatever the case is. Because at the end of the day, too, friendships, if they were truly meant to last, they will last. Like, my mom would always say, friends are here for a season, a reason, and a lifetime. So, like, if something happens, you know, Ava's got bars. She a rapper on the low. If you are noticing that, like, something I don't want to say it's slight, because I don't want people to think that, like, their feelings are slight. But if you're feeling slighted by something that is happening between a friendship that you've realized, like, this friendship has gone on like 5+ years, things are changing, families are developing or becoming a thought. Even too, when people get married or like they start having like long committed partners and like their time's getting split up, then I think that's when you have to dig deeper into that friendship or whatever relationship and say, like, okay, this person is not just solely focused on this one thing. Like, my old therapist used to tell me, you have to like make your life a pie, and each slice of your pie is you giving parts of yourself to whatever like that thing is. So like, again, I don't think you should get too head into something where you forget about everything else that's going in front of you. But I think also too, like, if there's something that's important where you might need to take a step away from other things that you used to be more readily available for, again, if your friends are really your friends, if your partners are really there for you, like, they should be able to support you through all of that. And also realize too, like, okay, how are we able to still make sure everyone's feeling fulfilled in everything that is going on? So it doesn't feel like you as the individual who's like hustling right now feel like you're trying to give all of your all to everything, and then it doesn't feel like it's good enough because people are like, oh, well, like, you still didn't do X, Y, and Z or blah, blah, blah.
I think specifically honing in on the person working, maybe disconnected, not even like bringing a child into the equation. I think if you see your friend hustling towards a goal, an aspiration, something that is bigger than you can foresee, but you see that they're passionate about it, shame on you for thinking the friendship is all about you and thinking that they should take a back seat to accommodate you as a friend. Whereas, like, this might not be, like, this isn't going to happen forever. And, like, to be honest, there's certain, I mean, even in sports, there's certain windows where you have the ability and the capacity to like really hone in and get to where you want to go. So it's like, yeah, I'm about to take a backseat from all the bullshit and like the fun we've been doing for 3 to 5 years, get to this ridiculous goal, and now we're up. Like, maybe instead of thinking selfishly like, oh my gosh, I wish we could do this, and like, yeah, it's okay to reminisce.
How can I help?
How can I help? Or maybe you should focus on some shit that you could be doing as well.
But that's why it's important to have the right people around you.
Facts.
Because
if like, that person also don't know how to be happy for someone else if they also don't got good stuff going on too.
If your answer isn't how can I help or how does this make me want to better myself, you probably don't need to be around anyways.
Right? Because if your friends are grinding, then there should be, at least if you're keeping the right crowd around, then that should also motivate you too, to be like, dang, like,
oh, this shit fire.
Like, let me get into some shit. Like, what I gotta work on, or like what maybe I've been putting off, that maybe this is the grind season for everybody. Because
a lot of the times, bro, y'all just see what people show. You know what I mean?
You don't really know, like,
you don't
what
know,
goes on.
You don't know. Like, I've been somewhat telling people like, yeah, yo, I'm running a Hartford half. Every so often I'll post it on IG, but y'all don't know that I've been running for the last 2 months. You get what I'm saying? So it's
lost and shit.
Literally lost in the middle of the fucking woods.
You should get a reflective jacket and put a little air tag on it so someone can find you.
Listen, I got a story for y'all, but how do y'all know when, you know, hustle is good, right? But how when grinding, right? How do y'all know when to dial back the grind? Because burnout is real, and I probably experienced burnout twice. That it was just like, dog, I can't do this shit no more.
I think people need to not be so scared of burnout. I think there's 2 things on the other side of burnout: defeat and a breakthrough. You know, you can either break down or break through, because at the end of the day, you just learn. In my perspective, is that you learned your limits, right? It's really hard to grow without breaking down and rebuilding and knowing what your threshold is. I think it's very important as a person to understand what your threshold is, because once you know it, you can either try to expand upon it, or now you just know. So it's like, all right, bet. Now I know once I pass this limit, I need to start like teetering back. I need to really start focusing on certain things. I need to make sure I'm doing X, Y, and Z to make sure that I can sustain whatever pace I'm going at. But I don't know. I'm still at the point where I think burnout is important. I mean, like right now, I'm burnt the fuck out. Like between work, school, this, learning photography, like and editing and shit. It's just like I'm always like, there's not enough time in the day, but I know there's enough time in the day. I'm not using it as effectively as I possibly could. So it's challenging me to be a better version of myself, being on the brink of burnout, because I ain't gonna hold you, like every day I wake up like fuck. But it's like I do know that there's growth and there's opportunity behind it. It's up to me to rise to the occasion and do that for myself, because I owe that to myself. And then also give myself grace. Like sometimes, like bro, like my mental is shot. Like whatever undiagnosed ADHD I be having sometimes I really can't focus for very long, and I'm just like, do I just like call it quits for the day? Do I push through? If I push through, I'm not going to retain anything, so I kind of have to call it quits and like try again tomorrow. And then trying again tomorrow, sometimes I pass, sometimes I fail. Sometimes I wake up when I'm supposed to and like go about my day the way I should, and then sometimes I oversleep because I'm fucking tired, you know? So it's like, I think there's a balance to be had, but I don't think people push themselves enough to actually get to that burnout point. I think people get
quit before they get there.
Yeah, I think people get a little tired, a little discouraged, and they're just like, I'm burnt out. But like, I know people doing. I mean, Ash is a great example of this. Ash got a million jobs. She does a million things. Is always looking to do more. And I know she'd be tired, but she still be grinding because she's got goals and she's got ambitions and she got things that she wants to accomplish. Like whether she wants to or not, she's just like, she's decided she's going to do it, so she's going to do it. Some people have that, and some people have, I work this 9 to 5. There's no way.
But them foot soldiers that I was saying, they cool with that. They don't have ambition.
Yeah,
you know, like they're okay with that's supposed to be life. They're okay with.
But they're not. The thing is, they're not because they complain about it.
Well, people are gonna complain regardless.
But I think you know, like the kind of people he's talking about, though, where they're just like, like
they find,
like every little thing that they could actually change that's within their power, they don't do it. Where it's just like, either shut up or put up. Like,
shut up or nut up. Yeah, I never heard that saying before.
I have, but that's not what she said.
that is far from the plot. I'm here and you're in Croatia, actually.
Yo.
Like, I can see you now on the plane.
Yo, that's
just
nuts.
You got into
There's the red card.
No. But yeah, I mean, I was gonna say, in my fresh years of 28, I probably had burnout over 10 times. Now I feel like that
and still living, still walking, still living to see the death.
But did you die?
Right.
Shit, one time I almost, because I got gravely sick. That time you had to take me to urgent care, and I bruised 2 muscles on my side.
You bruised from burnout?
So I pushed myself so bad that I literally got a sinus infection that turned into like an even worse infection where I had to then be on antibiotics. I then developed a terrible cold. Then the cold was so bad that I got like, I swear I was getting bronchitis or pneumonia, whichever. I think I almost had like walking pneumonia at one point. But then I had a really bad cough, and my cough was so bad I bruised my entire left side muscles. Where I'm just like, that type of burnout I never want to experience again. Exactly. I was like, I think burnout is there's a
you ain't
fine
listen to your body or your mind.
There's a fine line for some people between burnout and breakdown. And I think like I don't think people should push too past the burnout point where like now your mental is suffering from it, which can easily happen for some people, like lack of sleep, not able to focus, like doing, like you starting to notice things that change in you that usually wouldn't, that you have to then, I think, learn to dial it back faster. But I do agree that yes, like so many of us are so uncomfortable with being uncomfortable that they would rather run from it and do everything within their power not to be uncomfortable than to actually be able to sit with uncomfortability and learn from it. And I think like when especially it comes to this generation, I will continue saying it, y'all little ones out here trying to act like you know some shit about hardship. You don't know shit because you never been through some shit.
One shit you need to know is that you don't know shit.
You don't know shit. You never been through shit, so you ain't gonna know shit. But I will say that
that's a whole lot of shit.
If you truly do want to be successful, when I always tell people, like, you will learn a lot about yourself when your back is against the wall and you are forced to either sink or swim. And if you decide to give up on yourself, that is a choice you make. You can't come back from it. But if you decide not to give up on yourself and you continue pushing forward, then yes, you'll start to learn like, wow, like I can actually do more than what I'm allowing myself to do. So therefore, like I do need to push myself because now I've learned like I have a new limit. I think that also comes with like being efficient with your time. Like you said, like you're understanding that we feel like we don't have enough time, but we also have enough time. I can't always say we got the same 24 hours as Beyonce because we don't have all the resources as Beyonce.
Facts.
But I'm just saying though, like she'd be using her 24 hours efficiently, and therefore like we have to do the same. But I think again too, you always have to go back to like your why, your purpose, what motivates you, what is waking you up every day, or what's also keeping you asleep.
Shit to do. Yeah, that's basically
I got
it,
shit
bro.
to do.
But the thing is, like, so yeah, that's how we think. But there's people who have shit to do, and they're just like, fuck it.
Like this morning, I woke up an hour before my alarm and didn't even know, and literally got up and just went about my morning.
I woke up
like
3.5 hours before my alarm.
Oh no, that's sick.
I was very upset.
So
I probably went to bed like before your alarms, like an hour or two before your alarm.
Yeah, I woke up at like 2 something.
Oh yeah, I was still.
So do you guys? And this is like a 2-part question or a question with an explanation. Do you guys ever have a quiet mind?
Ooh.
Yes, but it is literally either super late at night when most people are sleeping, or I've now trained it to be like first thing in the morning. So that's why I wake up at 5 a.m.
Oh,
I can explain, but.
Well,
I'll let you share first, and then I'll go back to explain why.
Yeah, so not often. I started reading the book, The Power of Now. I recommend it.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you.
It's on my Goodreads.
I'm a good amount of pages in. I don't.
Into the thick of it.
How big is?
How big is it? What that pencil looking like?
Like what we talking about?
I'm about to do that in my book club. I'm about to be like, how thick are we talking about this book, y'all? They're gonna be like, what the fuck are you doing? How thick is that?
No, it's like I think it's like a good 2 something.
I got that.
Maybe 3.
I got that.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's about the font size. Like, am I gonna be like this? I'll be like, oh, okay, it's cool.
No, yeah,
it's cool.
The pages are solid. The breakdowns are very simplistic, but the concept for me is very difficult. So like I'm just trying to get through the book right now, and I'm probably gonna have to read it a couple times because I'm like, I hear what you're saying, like living in the now, and like, you know, we get caught up in a lot of things that we can't control because we're not living in the now. So like, yeah, like I'm trying to practice certain things. So like if my brain is ever quiet, it has to be intentional, but it's also not very long. Like I can't really meditate.
I think that's okay though.
What?
Like I think like it's really like what works for you. Like I don't think there's a set like amount of time your brain should be quiet for, or like if it should only be in like one part of the day. Like I think it really goes to whatever helps you. So whether it's 5 times a day for short increments, or if it's just one big chunk of the day for like a few hours. Like I think whatever helps you is what works for that individual. And
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know what helps me. Yet.
So the reason
That's fair.
the reason I asked, right, and like to tie it back to the burnout question, right? Y'all know I function very well 4 to 5 hours of sleep, right?
Yeah.
Occasionally, once every 2 weeks, it catches up to me. I crash, whatever. But that's just how I've been. I'm not drinking right now. So Saturday and Sunday, this past weekend, I woke up both days at 4 o'clock in the morning.
because
I just woke up. Like, you know, because you figure if I go out the night before. No. Like, you figure if I go out on a Friday, I'm out till 1 or 2. So if I get my 6 hours, it's bringing me to like 8 a.m., right?
Okay.
Whereas now I was asleep by 9 on a Friday night. I'm getting my 5-6 hours. I'm waking up at 4, right? But to tie it to the question, it was like, as soon as I get up, my mind's going. You know what I mean? And my mind will have 1,000 thoughts a day. But when I know I'm burnt out or I need to dial back, is when it starts to get like frazzled. When it starts to get scattered. When I can't have like, because my mind's never really quiet anyways. But when it's scattered and I can't even remember or I don't know what my thoughts are, that's when it's like, all right, dog, you need to slow down. Because now this burnout is affecting my mental, because my mind is already a jungle. Yeah. But now when I can't even swing from those vines throughout the jungle, that's when it's like, all right, dog, you got to slow down. Because then what that leads to is being overwhelmed, and I'm not generally an overwhelmed person.
That's fair. I know.
Interesting.
I know when my brain is not functioning at a high levels, when I can't find the word I want to use like effectively in a sentence, because y'all know I love a good word, and like I'm like it's on the tip of my tongue.
What was the one last week? Bugatti.
Gumption.
No,
sorry. It was a chutzpah.
Chutzpah.
Why would you say it?
Shit.
Oh, my bad.
So many chutzpahs throughout the week that just stopped me.
You know what just grinding my gears about it? It's been a week. You ain't looked this shit up.
I forgot about it. I be, living in the now.
I just said my brain's a jungle.
It's better for him to forget, and you always remind him.
I need to start writing.
We
need a wall of words.
A word wall?
Yeah, can cover this up. We should get like
I'm gonna get a new one next weekend.
You could get a nice little word wall.
Yeah, nice little white thing we write a new word.
Every week. But shit, I mean, we gonna explain.
Oh yes, so as someone who has undiagnosed high functioning anxiety,
preach, let's get it.
Along with depression and some other things, but we won't get into that part. I think for me, like, I have learned to be able, I've learned for me to be my most successful self, I always have to find opportunities to set myself up for success. And within that, I've then learned to, like, be able to quiet my brain. So, like, although I wake up at 5:30 in the morning every day, I still allow myself some time to like wake up, and as corny as it sounds, like I don't look at my phone right away. I will literally just kind of like lay in bed a little bit, and the birds just be crazy in the morning. Like they just be chatting.
They do.
So I just like will allow myself to like be more aware of like my surroundings and almost like come to before then I like get out the bed. But I think like if you're automatically just, you get up and then bang, like you're getting right into it, you're already setting yourself to like a very like, I don't want to say unattainable pace, but like you are then training yourself. Like every time I wake up, I have to go, when it's like, no, like you can still go, but like, do you have to move at the same pace? Like, do you have to do something at a certain speed all the time? Or are you able to say like, I can still get this done, but I can also move at a slower pace and still keep my mind on a quieter basis? Because
that's tough.
It is tough, but like I think like I'm in a criminal spot of my early morningness. Criminal spot.
I like that one.
Here we go.
I like that one.
Write it down good. Or don't. Actually don't write it down. But like prime time, if you
We gotta find a word that describes words that have like sex appeal. Like that word was like sexy.
Sapiosexual.
No, not like that. Like that word was like
Erotic?
Yeah.
Criminal? Is it erotic?
I don't know. It just sounds sexy.
Him. Remember, to him.
I don't know. Look, when y'all use these big words, it just make me feel a type of way.
Dive into maroon toes and talk about criminal. These some criminal toes, baby girl. This is nuts.
Yo, no Diddy or Epstein. But shit.
You know, they was talking about Epstein on the bridge over 84 the other day.
Oh, for real?
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
I keep telling you, we gotta go spell how I get here and stand up there.
There have been like groups of people just randomly some days
By the riverfront.
but also like if you're about to if you're saying like trying to hit 91 and like you could go on to like 32 to hit 84 west in that area.
Right downtown by the Billy Goat Stadium.
Yeah. What you talking about?
Yep. So literally the other day they had spelled out it said like free Palestine, F Donald Trump, Epstein ? And one guy was like gesturing to like have people honk. So I was like reading it first 'cause I was like, what are they saying up there? Because all you see is he's like going, woo! And I'm like,
Right.
what is happening? And then I read, I was like, But I was like, to Trump, especially.
Yeah, we gotta go up there, like get some cardboard cutouts, put How'd I Get Here podcast, and just okay. But yeah, let's 15 seconds of fame. This was great. This was fun.
That'd be a
Hire
good
some kids to
time.
do that. I'm sorry.
Hey, yo. It could be some content, a little wild time in the now.
Yeah. Go ahead.
My 15 seconds of fame is so yeah, we talked a lot about the grind culture and the burnout today. And I think for someone who has watched two immigrant parents be the prime example of just like grinding and burnout, you got to be able to like break that generational curse as well of just like you can still grind, but you can be efficient with your grind and not burn out to the point where you almost have walking pneumonia like me a few years ago. So listen to your body, listen to your mind, tap into something. You are more than capable of doing anything that you want to do. You just have to be able to do it and not keep making excuses. So
I
yeah.
like that. Damn. It's tough to follow.
I know that was real prime time action right
That was
there.
real criminal.
I think I'm going to bring a dictionary next time.
We should.
And that's going to be your book of choice to read, the dictionary. Yeah, it's going to be thick too. Double thick, cheeked up. Webster.
My 15 seconds of fame, I'm just going to go for the shock value.
I got a kid. No.
Nah, fuck Charlie Kirk.
Valid.
Yeah, so any person of color, y'all should just do your research before you try to turn someone into a martyr who did not stand for you, like you, advocate for you, was really apprehensive to be around you. And yeah, that's my 50 cents of fame.
God don't like ugly, and if you don't believe in God, whatever higher power don't like ugly.
A nigga like me, I like irony. That's all I'm gonna say. I like irony. You know, you live by the sword, you die by the sword.
Yo, them was two fire ass 15 seconds of fame.
What did Confucius say? An eye for an eye.
Right.
Yeah. What I'm basically just gonna say, careful what you wish for, but go get what you want.
Yeah, and we do not support or condone gun violence.
No.
That is not what we're saying.
We can have a conversation if y'all want.
That's a fact.
Right.
Pull up on
But
us.
we not saying if you feeling some type of way about somebody, go get the blicky and pew 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 pew.
And that's it, yo. Careful what you wish for, but go get what you want. And that's a wrap. The
And
best
protect
podcast
yourself.
in CT. That's it.
Keep that thing on you.
Very criminal of us.
The dictionary.
Go get what you want.